You walk in, the room changes. No explanation, no performance, no announcement, no effort, just presence. Heavy, undeniable, uncomfortable for some, and they feel it before you speak, before you move, before you do anything. Something about you creates distance, creates tension, creates respect, and you didn't ask for it, you just earned it. Through silence, through discipline, through the kind of control most people will never develop. Stay until the end, and you'll understand why silence intimidates more than words. Let's clarify something first. A dark aura is not aggression. It's not rudeness. It's not hostility. It's not trying to intimidate people. It's not an attitude you put on. It's not a persona you perform. It's not something you fake. It's discipline made visible. It's self-control radiating outward. It's internal strength becoming external presence. It's years of private work showing up as public energy. People feel it, even if they can't explain it. They sense that you're different, that you operate by different rules, that you're not performing, you're just existing at a frequency they don't understand. And that frequency comes from one place: self-mastery, not dominance over others, dominance over yourself. Over your reactions, over your emotions, over your impulses. You've trained yourself to move with intention, to speak with purpose, to exist without needing validation from anyone in the room. And that creates discomfort, because most people are the opposite. They need approval, they need connection, they need reassurance that they belong. But you don't. You belong because you decided you do, not because they agreed. And that independence, that self-contained certainty is what they feel. It's not arrogance, it's groundedness. It's not coldness, it's clarity. It's not superiority, it's self-respect. And when you carry that, people don't know what to do with you. Some people won't feel this message. They need validation. They need noise. They need constant external feedback to feel real. You don't. You've learned to exist without that. To move without permission. To be without needing anyone to confirm it. And that's why your presence feels heavy. Because it doesn't ask. It just is. So what creates this energy? What builds this presence that people feel before you even speak? It's not genetics. It's not luck. It's not personality. It's habits. Habits nobody sees. Routines you never explain. Standards you don't announce. You wake up early. Not because someone's watching. Because that's your standard now. You train your body. Not for compliments. Because discipline requires physical practice. You control your diet, not for aesthetics, because mastery starts with what you consume. You read, you learn, you refine every single day, not for content, not for approval, for evolution. And over time, those habits change you. They change the way you stand, the way you breathe, the way you hold eye contact. They change your energy, your frequency, your presence, and people feel it, even if they don't understand it, because discipline leaves a mark, not on your sum, on your aura. The way you move becomes different, measured, intentional. The way you speak becomes different, precise, weighted. The way you exist becomes different, grounded, unshaken, and that difference creates space, distance, respect, not because you demanded it, but because you embodied it. Let's talk about emotional control. This is where most people fail, and where your aura gets built. Most people are reactive. Something happens, they respond immediately. Someone provokes them, they react. Someone disrespects them, they explode. You don't. You've trained yourself to pause, to observe, to choose your response instead of surrendering to impulse. When someone tries to provoke you, you stay silent. Not because you're weak, because you're controlled. When someone tests you, you stay calm. Not because you're afraid, because you're disciplined. When pressure increases, you slow down. Not because you're overwhelmed, because you understand that speed under pressure creates mistakes. And people don't know what to do with that. They're used to reactions, to emotion, to drama. but you give them none of it. You give them stillness, control, patience, and that stillness is terrifying because it's unpredictable. They can't manipulate you. They can't read you. They can't control you. You're operating from a place they don't have access to. A place of internal certainty, internal strength, internal dominance. And that creates fear. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that makes people respect you without knowing why. The kind that makes them choose their words carefully around you. The kind that makes them feel your presence even when you're silent. This requires mental strength, conscious awareness, presence. Most people live on autopilot. They react. They follow patterns. They operate unconsciously. You don't. You've developed the ability to observe yourself, to watch your thoughts, to notice your emotions without being controlled by them. You see the anger rising, but you don't become it. You feel the frustration building, but you don't express it. You notice the impulse to react, but you choose restraint. That's consciousness. That's awareness. That's mastery. And it shows in your eyes, in your posture, in your energy. People look at you and sense something they can't name. Depth, weight, presence. Not because you're performing it, but because you've built it. Internally, over time, through meditation, through reflection, through the conscious practice of staying present instead of drifting into distraction. You exist in the moment, fully, completely, while everyone else is half present, scrolling mentally through past and future. You're here, now, fully engaged with reality. And that presence is magnetic and unsettling. Because most people avoid the present. It's too real, too raw, too demanding, but you've made it your home, and that home shows up as aura. Let's address why people feel uncomfortable around you. It's not because you're mean. It's not because you're cold. It's not because you're hostile. It's because you don't need them. You don't seek their approval. You don't fish for compliments. You don't try to win them over. You exist independently, self-sufficiently, completely whole without their validation. And that's rare. So rare that it feels threatening. Most people bond through need, through approval seeking, through mutual validation. But you don't operate that way. You bond through respect, through value, through genuine connection, not transactional need. And when you walk into a room without needing anything from anyone, people feel it. They feel that you're not there to perform, not there to impress, not there to prove anything. You're just there. Complete. Self-contained. Unbothered. And they don't know how to interact with that, so they create distance. They feel intimidated. They call it a dark aura. But it's not dark. It's just independent. It's not threatening. It's just self-sufficient. It's not cold. It's just controlled. And control in a world full of chaos feels like power. You don't rush connection. You don't force relationships. You don't chase rapport. You let people come to you, or you let them stay away. Either way, you're fine. Because your sense of self isn't dependent on their acceptance. Your confidence isn't built on their approval. Your worth isn't determined by their opinion. You know who you are, and that knowing is unshakable. And when someone is that grounded, that certain, that unbothered, it creates pressure. Stillness creates pressure. Silence creates pressure. Self-sufficiency creates pressure. And weak people feel that pressure and retreat. Strong people feel that pressure and respect it. That's the filter. Your aura filters people automatically. Those who can't handle your energy remove themselves. Those who respect your energy stay close. And you don't chase the ones who leave. Because you understand that your energy isn't for everyone. It's for people who value discipline, who respect control, who understand that power is quiet. Now let's talk about the shift, the mental shift that creates this aura. The shift from needing to be liked to demanding to be respected. Most people want to be liked. They want to be popular. They want to fit in. They want approval. You stopped wanting that. Somewhere along the way, you realized that being liked is cheap, being respected is rare. So you stopped performing for approval. Stopped softening yourself to fit in. Stopped changing your energy to make others comfortable. You became yourself, fully, unapologetically. And yourself is disciplined. Yourself is controlled. Yourself is grounded. And that version doesn't appeal to everyone. But it commands respect from everyone. Even people who don't like you respect you because they see the control, the discipline, the consistency. They see someone who doesn't break under pressure, doesn't bend for approval, doesn't compromise standards for comfort, and they might not like it, but they respect it because deep down, everyone respects strength. Everyone respects control. Everyone respects someone who has mastered themselves. And you've done that, not perfectly, but consistently. You've chosen discipline over distraction, control over chaos, patience over reaction. And those choices, made daily, built the energy you carry now. Loud people seek space. Grounded people own it. You don't need to announce yourself. Your presence does it. You don't need to defend yourself. Your energy does it. You don't need to prove yourself. Your consistency does it. And that's the difference. That's the aura. That's the energy people feel and can't explain. It's not mystical. It's not supernatural. It's not some spiritual gift. It's earned through discipline, through self-respect, through years of choosing control when emotion was easier. So what is this aura really? It's discipline made visible. It's the external reflection of internal work. It's the energy of someone who trains in private, who refines in silence, who holds standards nobody knows about because they're not for show. It's self-respect, the kind that doesn't need validation, the kind that doesn't apologize for existing, the kind that stands firm even when standing alone. It's consistency, not perfection, just the refusal to break your own rules, the refusal to negotiate with weakness. The refusal to betray your standards for temporary comfort. It's patience. The ability to stay calm when others panic. To stay silent when others shout. To stay grounded when others spiral. That's the aura. That's what people feel. That's what makes them uncomfortable. Not because you're dark, but because you're disciplined. Not because you're cold, but because you're controlled. Not because you're arrogant, but because you're self-assured. And in a world full of people who need external validation to function, you're a mirror. A mirror showing them what self-mastery looks like, what independence looks like, what discipline looks like. And some people hate mirrors, because mirrors expose gaps. Not through performance, through practice. Not through trying to intimidate, through becoming unshakable. That's the aura, that's the energy, that's the power. And it's yours now, because you built it, one disciplined choice at a time. Comment dark aura if you're mastering yourself in silence.